It's news time, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to strap on and buckle up and ride this ride with us. You ready, Jonathan?
I'm ready.
Sean, you ready over there?
I'm about as ready as I can be.
We're going to bring the news to you hard and fast. Here we go. Thanks for joining us. So first, Black Friday's over, sort of.
Thank goodness.
We'll get into that a little bit later. Cyber Monday is well underway this week, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the story and see what kind of savings you might still be able to get. NAMM, though, is the next thing coming around the corner. We're all getting ready for it. Sean, are you ready for NAMM this year?
I'm super ready, dude. I had my first NAMM last year. I'm ready. I got it down now. I can see the floor in my head. I know where we're going. Me and Johnny got to go find Juan Mayor 2.0 if he's there. That was my highlight last year.
He might be over.
It might be
like
done.
the age of Juan is come and gone.
God,
We've seen the dawn of Juan. Is now the twilight.
So for those of you who don't know, NAMM is the National Association of Music Merchandisers, and it's a big trade show event where all of the guitar makers, pedal makers, amp makers, keyboard makers, cello makers, horn players, reed makers, everything makers show up from California to the outreaches of China. Everybody's there trying to sell their wares, and we go with our cameras and with our shoes and with our fingernails, and we look for the best stuff for you. So if there's something you want to see, you gotta let us know. We're excited about it, but much more excited about
Woodwire Volts, baby.
Tell us about it, Sean.
Our sweet, spicy man, Carlos Lopez, put on one of the coolest events ever last year, and it was Woodwire and Volts. He did it with Curtis Novak and a bunch of other great builders. We met a bunch of people, made a lot of new friends.
We did.
We did shoot a lot of content, but unfortunately our SD card failed to capture some of it. There was a corruption issue, so I feel really bad about that still. I'm like, damn it, because it was so much fun.
We're gonna make it up this year.
We're gonna make it up this year, though. We're going in heavy, hot and heavy.
I have so many SD card jokes right now that I'm gonna leave on the table, but Carlos has some special guests coming this year. Some very, very special guests. We don't really know how he pulled this off. We're not at liberty to discuss who it is at this point, but man, I really want to. It's exciting. So if you want to know more about it, you got to stay tuned to Casino Guitars. We'll be there. We'll be live. We'll also be telling you about it maybe a little closer to the event. So if you want to get out there and you live in California, it's going to be happening in Anaheim the whole week of NAMM. Special events all week. They're going to have live performances.
Come on out.
It's really fun. That's going to lead us in. Now let's get into one of our lead stories right now. You ready, Johnny?
I'm ready.
You ready, Sean? Mm-hmm. Are you guys ready? I hope everybody's collective yes.
Yeah.
The return of the tube amps.
What?
Oh my gosh. So with the advent and release of so many digital and modeling amps, the new Helix and the new Fractal just came out, right?
That's true. All are true.
There's a lot of time. But we've been seeing from the manufacturing side and the retailing side an uptick in sales of tube amps again, not just with the old folks like me, but young folks coming in, like Sean and even younger. So you're seeing Blues Juniors and some boutique things that are coming in at affordable price points, making it a reasonable way to get into real proper amplifiers again. Johnny, first tell us a little bit about what's going on with the new releases.
Well, so we got the Helix Stadium. It is hard to say.
Helix
so that's out there now. That's we've had some hype, some build up to that for a while. You can watch the first sort of videos and the big channels sort of reviewing that, and the guys who you would expect to go in and do the deep dive and let you know, are the sounds better, or are they not? I've heard from some friends of ours that the sounds are pretty incredible in person.
Okay.
I have sources, but I think that I'm not sure it's the huge thing that maybe it would have been a while ago. I also think that some people are maybe not as happy with the Fractal release.
It's too bad.
Because I think they feel like maybe Fractal is already sort of on the leading edge as far as the sound where amp modelers are concerned.
Okay.
But maybe some of the other features, it's lagging behind, or maybe just getting to where something like an XL Stomp from Helix has been for a decade already.
So let me ask Sean, our young man here. Now, you're a young player, a pedal-heavy player too, and you like lots of sound effects. What are your thoughts on the digital marketing and modeling amps versus tube amps?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a neat thing if that's what your dig is. If you like diving in and having all your sounds kind of preset to something, and I know that there's a lot of flexibility within these things, that you can expand in and out of it, then that's great. That's awesome. You'll love it. But I think for me at least, and a lot of younger players. So we got a young friend who might be joining us here soon at the shop who's playing in a band with me. He plays a twin reverb. He loves tubes. A lot of people I know still lean into tubes. A lot of recording studios in our local area, all tube driven. Even though that some of them, whenever they go out live, they play the Fractal or the Helix. And I will say too, on the Helix is I think with the stadium, a lot of people maybe would have loved this 2 to 3 years ago. And I think the hype has been built up so much that it kind of feels like it was going to underperform on initial launch anyways. Like people were going to be disappointed. Like there was no way around this.
I think that when we've all been sold that we're there, we're 99% there. Yeah. Well, how much? If you're 99% there, right? What can the updates do? Yeah. And I just think we're in the middle of that. We'll figure it out, right? Yes. Like I don't think anything's dropped yet. We're like, oh my God, this is the newest, greatest. It's so much better. Yes. It's better, but I think it's incrementally, like it's slightly better.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say we also live in a time where what's the word I'm looking for? There's a phrase. It's about like obsolete. Like it will become obsolete, right? Well, these things have firmware updates. They keep them, constantly populated and pushed, and there's a good base behind them of like a community doing that too. I think they're going to run into a situation where with tube amps, and this is just speaking maybe more from the marketing side of things, you want a Princeton reverb, you want a deluxe reverb, right. You want some big clean machine, you want a Marshall, you want a Vox, you want all these things.
At the end of the day, and I think they're great. I think they're wonderful tools for a lot of people. We'll get into who it's a great tool for, but it is still trying to emulate something else. It's like butter that's not, I can't believe it's not butter. I still just want butter.
Yeah.
It tastes a lot like butter, lower cholesterol maybe, doesn't hurt my back, but who are these things for now, Jonathan? We were talking about this before.
Well, you and I were talking about this before we started rolling the tape, and for the longest time, this was sort of the purview of like the church players.
Yes.
Right, and then like maybe home recording, that kind of stuff.
Makes life easy.
I'm seeing it creep into the old bar band gigs, even in dive bars and stuff. I think part of that is like the guys playing in these cover bands are younger. Right, so they understand the technology. They want to use things like in-ears. They care about their hearing. Blah blah blah.
Lame.
Lame. But they're coming in with a little rig that has everybody's on ears. Everybody's
and then
modeling.
I sort of argue the other side in the same parallel, but a lot of the older guys come in. They want it just for the
ease of
it doesn't weigh anything. They can just have their like 5 sounds preset, pedals, hit it, go, and they can play in the cover bands. You got Third Eye Blind, the Eric Clapton-esque sounds.
I do think some of the older guys who are like, I don't want to carry things anymore, or it's like Tone Master, the amps because they're so light. It's things like Quilter. But and again, some of these things are fantastic. Some of them sound really good. I use
they're great.
The modeling stuff sometimes for recording. I don't like it live.
No, I think in the studio, and Sean records a lot too. Like I'm a big tube amp guy, but I've often used those just for quick. I have it. Don't have to worry about miking anything. It's easy. It's not quite as good, but it sounds sometimes in the recording wise, it gets me close enough.
It depends on what you're doing, right? Like if you're doing this crazy guitar centric record, cool. But if not, if it's like pop and the guitar is just another layer.
I just do K-pop. That's all I do. So.
Demon Hunter. That's right.
Demon Hunters.
Well, there you have it. So tube amps, we've seen the sales numbers. They're coming back slowly. We're kind of excited about that, which is a neat thing to see after our whole like tube exodus when everyone's freaking out there's no tubes. That's not an issue anymore.
Plenty of tubes.
We're going to take a quick break with a word from our corporate sponsor.
Is work getting you down? Do you need more attention from your friends at school? Is your wife just nagging all the time? Does your husband never help with the chores? How many grandparents do you have? Are you alone but want to be around people? Do you like the way food smells better with friends? Have you thought about maybe one grandparent dying? Does eating soup make you sad? It doesn't have to be an important grandparent. For sure, not your dad's dad. Maybe your mom's dad. Yeah, that's better. Or even better, your dad's mom. Yeah, that's the best choice. Your dad's mom.
Now, what you just saw was a reenactment of what many of you are going through right now. Yes, life is good, but think about how much better it would be with a dead grandparent. A dead grandparent is a surefire way to get some great sympathy from your friends and family. You'll probably be left with $20 and $1 bills, perhaps even old pennies, and a buffalo nickel that'll be surrounded by boxes of Nutty Butters that they kept in their closet for far too.
Now, what you just saw was a reenactment of a reenactment of a reenactment of a reenactment. We don't want you to worry. No grandparents were harmed during the filming of the special. We just want you to think about Jammin' Jack's shredder sauce. Don't leave home without it. It's the only way to rock. Pure tones in the fingertips.
Cool. So we're entering the world of Christmas right now, and it's time for giving, not just receiving. And we like to think that guitars can make the world a better place. There's lots of charities out there. There's some that are great. There's some that are fantastic. There's some that are okay. There's some that are local that you should get into. But let's talk about some of the big ones. One of the ones we love and is near and dear to our hearts, Guitars for Vets.
That's right.
Now, Jonathan, do we have one of those local here?
We do have one locally.
It's Sean, do you know where that is?
I do know where it is.
Tell us about it.
It's down at May Street Bicycles.
Well, that's awesome.
Our good friends over there.
That's our local guys that have that.
That's right.
And Guitars for Vets is a program that it's a 10-week course on teaching guys coming out, sort of retransitioning into society, that just want a little bit of help, want a little tactile thing, want a little love, and want to feel that soul of music.
Yep.
To sort of reintegrate into this wonderful world of the United States of America, and they get free lessons, free instruments, and all sorts of love and community built right in that. So we're involved with that a lot. One of our major manufacturers,
Taylor Guitars,
is really helping out too. They have the Guitars for Vets GS Mini.
Yep.
And the Guitars for Vets 814 CE, which is stunning. Sean, have you played 814 yet?
I have not, unfortunately, but I have played an 814, and if it's anything like that, it's going to be pretty good.
This one's prettier. It's got black and stars on it.
I do have to say that I think that the first Guitars for Vets GS Mini may be some of our finest cinematographic work, however, whatever word that is. Maybe some of JP's finest work. So
cinematography.
Check that out. Cinema, yes.
Cinematography.
Blah, 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 blah. Check it out.
That's so if you don't know about Guitars for Vets and you want to get involved with them, check out their website. They're wonderful people. Another great thing is Guitars for Good. Now, this is another service helping the pediatric hospital side of the guitar. So guitars for kids that have chronic sickness or diseases that don't get out much to play, and let's help them with some music.
That's right.
This is where there's going to be instructors going in there, performers going into the hospitals, and free instruments going as well. It's Guitars for Good. You can reach out to them as well. There's local operations in your area, your churches, but Guitars for Vets, Guitars for Good, those are our two biggest favorite ones that I see right now. So if you got a chance, you got a heart, and you want to get involved, those are two great ways to do it. Thank you. And now for our product spotlight.
Buying a $4,000 amp won't get you a vibe unless that amp is the Panoramic Stereo. The Panoramic Stereo was an amp that, for me, initially, I wrote off by Magnatone. I felt that it was just the Twilighter stereo brought down to a lower wattage and a lower price point. But I was wrong. This amp is more than the pitch shifting. I found that it sketches out my love of a Fender Vibrolux while also delivering the warmth that you find in all Magnatone models. With two 10-inch ceramic Magnatone branded speakers and a set of EL84s breaking into 12 watts on each side, I see this amp as being something way more than just a copy. Chimey, bright, lush, clean tones. This amp played itself and inspired me to come up with different lines, tracks, on and on and on. I just found myself wanting to sit back and play this amp for hours. It was a ton of fun tracking with it, and I find it to be extremely inspiring on the clean side. Once I turned the amp up, I found that it gave me a fuzz-like, overdriven, pushed distortion sound that I never would have expected from an amp like this. I had so much fun playing leads on this amp. What makes this amp unique is the fact that it has not only the two 10-inch speakers, but they are driven left and right for true stereo sound. That being broken down to two EL84 tubes for the left, two EL84 tubes for the right, all pushing down 12 watts to each speaker. So it's not as loud as some of the Magnatones usually tend to be, but it's still a very loud amp. It's great for gigging. It only weighs 36 pounds. I can pick it up and move it around the room, no issue at all. And then on top of that, it sings. I could play it turned up and JP didn't even get mad at me. As I look through the effects of the amp, I love the pitch shifting vibrato because you don't really get that on any other amp. You also get access to traditional tremolo and spanking reverb that sounds insanely crisp, lush, and swells so well with the amp and the vibe of the room. The bass response and treble response of this amp is also great. I found myself turning the knobs, tweaking around, and finding new places to go to every time I did. I also love that for recording's sake, I have two line outs dedicated to each side on the back that I could run straight into an interface. And finally, last but not least, per every Magnatone amp that I play, I had a ton of fun. These are fun amps to play. I find that they tend to bring out something in me as a player that I rarely get whenever I play a Fender amp or anything of that. Not that any of those amps are bad, but more so that this amp just does something a little bit more. Come on down to our shop, try out any of the Magnatone amps, but specifically, try out the Panoramic Stereo, and hopefully you'll be as amazed as I was.
Holy batwing, Sean, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Sean, how'd you feel about that?
I felt pretty good about it. I thought it was fun.
That's like a glory hole on tacos. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I don't even know what just happened.
Oh my God.
I'm just happy. It's a moment. I'm living it. So speaking of tacos, what were the biggest deals you guys saw on Black Friday?
PRS.
PRS, you say? So there's rampant deals on PRS. What's going on out there? It's pretty amazing. So if you want a PRS, the best place to get one right now for a great deal is...
everywhere. I mean, us.
Casino Guitars.
Casino Guitars.
We really worked hard on that, too.
We've ruined that one.
Gosh darn it. We tried so hard. No, it's Casino Guitars because we're the best, obviously, and we'll give you the best deal, and we're awesome, and we like guitars. Except for private stocks. You don't get good deals on those.
No.
But
No.
those are just expensive. You gotta come ready, strapped, and ready to shoot.
Yeah.
Those, but no, it was pretty cool. It's there's some great chances to get some good deals on some great USA and overseas built pieces.
True.
That's right.
They're doing the 20 off sale on all the SEs, and see what you can find on the core as well right now. It's pretty special. So we're wrapping up soon. We appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us. Sean, before we go, what do you want for Christmas?
I think I want the Chroma console by, I think it's Hologram Effects. Isn't that it?
What is that?
it? It does all kinds of stuff. It's I don't think it's hologram now. I think I might be wrong. But anyways, it does everything. It's cool. It's a vibe machine.
What does that mean, everything? Is it a pedal?
Yeah, it's a
Literally
pedal. It's like $400, but it's got like buttons and switches and knobs and...
Isn't it neat we entered the world of $400 pedals are not that crazy?
No, yeah, I'm like, no, that's gonna change my game, dude.
As long as it does everything.
As long as it does everything.
What was that one pedal that had like the faders that moved?
That was the Chase Bliss. It was them in combination with somebody else, but it was like a preamp pedal. It's really cool. And then they did a reverb one too. That was really
really cool. I enjoyed just watching it in action. Well, so you know what Sean wants. Jonathan, My trusted partner in crime, what would you like?
All I need is just a little Murphy Lab Les Paul action.
God dang it.
No big deal.
That's all.
Just a small ask.
It's similar. It's like that pedal, you know. It's a $9,000 guitar.
No. Ultra light aged.
He'll do 7,000.
He's not that crazy. He wants $7,000.
I'm not good and greedy. If it had to be an SG,
You haven't seen the Heavy Relic
oh my
Gold
God.
Top we just got.
No, I haven't.
Now, we got an R7, and that's, I don't understand. It looks like the $50,000 Greenie. It's not $50,000. It's the right price. It's
Talk about trouble.
Yeah, Sean and I are both in trouble.
Talk about trouble.
Trouble,
man.
huh?
Sean, like, how do we can we buy this together? Because we pretty much own guitars together at this point, I think, Sean,
Yeah,
right?
dude, yeah.
Because you have like half my guitars.
I think we
and amps.
all kind of live there.
I mean,
Like we're all in
Johnny's
the
a little
same
more
spirit.
possessive, I think. He won't let us borrow his 335 and like, you know.
Well, there's certain guitars you just don't swap. Like I would never take your Strat. Like that's sacrilege. You know what I mean?
You could though.
Nah,
It's not. Wrong.
It's wrong.
I need
It's
to go
like-
in my house for a bit.
It's got your DNA all
It
over it.
seems wrong.
It's got more than that on it.
Exactly.
So ask yourselves, what do you guys want for Christmas out there too? What do you want to give somebody for Christmas? And thanks for watching. If you saw those charities that got you excited, check out Guitars for Good and Guitars for Vets. They're both doing great things right now. It's not just the one vet. That'd be weird. Guitar for Vet. Just for
vet.
Just for Homelander's father. That's it. No, it's just have a great Christmas season coming up. We got more news stories, but we're not going to give you too much more Christmas until then. So just get ready. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Subscribe to Channel 2, Casino Guitar Supply, to see all of our great demos.
That is true. That's a great demo channel.
It is.
I often forget about that. And
nice.
be sure to hug your mother.
Yes.
They need hugs. I'm going to leave now. See you guys later.